Oh, holy night, the stars were brightly shine. Cassidy Merriweather asked, was Jesus really born in December? Cassidy, congratulations. You've just asked the loaded question of the day. When it comes to the question of when Jesus was born, it really just comes down to what you believe. Believers, it goes without saying, think that he was born in December. Non-believers generally don't think he was born in December, mostly because they don't think he was born at all. And believers, of course, believe in terrible music. Controversial as it may be for some people, most biblical scholars and historians believe that Jesus was not born in December for a few reasons. The first and probably biggest reason was because the Gospel of Luke states that the shepherds were tending their flocks in the fields nearby. And shepherds at the time only tended the flocks during spring through autumn and brought their sheep in during this winter because it was just far too cold. The second one is again in the Gospel of Luke. It states that Jesus was born 6 months after John the Baptist, and Jewish historians believe that John the Baptist was born sometime in March, which would put Jesus' birth sometime in October. And when I say Jesus, it sounds like I'm drunk. And beyond that, many believe that Jesus wasn't born in the year we think he was born in at all, once again with the timing of John the Baptist's birth, which was in 4 BC. All of this has been calculated with the course of Abijah, which was a very regimented schedule of the priesthood that carried out the functions of the Temple of Jerusalem. It's complicated. And then there are astronomical hypotheses regarding the Star of Bethlehem. Some people believe that the Magi, the wise men, were actually responding to a planetary alignment of Jupiter and Saturn called a triple conjunction, which only happens very rarely. And it also just happened to have occurred in September of that same year. Still, others point to Chinese records which indicate a supernova that happened at roughly the same time. So the prevailing wisdom seems to be that Jesus was born sometime either in the fall or the spring between 4 or 6 BC. Why then do we celebrate Christmas on December 25th? Well, that's even more complicated and controversial. Thanks, Cassidy. It is true that in the early Christian church, they struggled to survive in a world full of Romans and pagans, so they did adopt a lot of their practices and traditions to remain relevant and to grow their ranks. Pagans made a big celebration of the winter solstice, so that was already there. The Romans celebrated Saturnalia, which honored the god Saturn, and it ran between December 17th and the 25th. Quick aside, one part of Saturnalia was that each town and village would find one person and make them kind of the king of Saturnalia, and they would lavish food and all kinds of pleasures on him throughout the entire week, and then at the end of the week, they would savagely murder him. The Christians didn't quite adopt that part. They also engaged in drunken revelry and gift giving. Totally stole that! The Christian church officially adopted Christmas as the day set aside to celebrate Jesus' birth around the 4th century, but many of the Saturnalia traditions stuck. Christmas remained such a debaucherous holiday that when the Puritans came over to Massachusetts, they actually banned Christmas from 1659 to 1681. Now hold on a second, just in case you missed that. For 1,000 years, Christmas was known mostly for excessive drinking, sexual promiscuity, and running naked in the streets. But it did eventually lose its wild ways for the most part, and began adopting customs from all around the world. The Christmas we celebrate today has really only been around for about 150 years, and it's really kind of a mutt of a holiday. It features traditions from Germanic tribes, Nordic tribes, the Middle East, and pagan rituals. And all of it mixed together with good old-fashioned American advertising. Now we can fault the modern Christmas for its over-commercialization and the fact that it's taken up half the year now, it's totally eaten up Thanksgiving, and it's creeping up behind Halloween with a rusty shiv. But when it comes down to it, Christmas is a time when family and friends get together, we appreciate each other more, we make time for each other, we believe in our bonds, and we revel in nostalgia. We smile more, we're more thankful, and hey, toys. No matter where it came from, it's a good time to look back at the end of the year and be thankful for the people in your life, take stock of the things you have, and to share it with others. That is my Christmas gift for all of you. I hope you have a great one.